Good morning. Welcome to West Shore Yacht Club in Tampa, Florida. We got a good one today. We are bringing this very, very nice older 480 Sea Ray sedan bridge from West Shore Yacht Club in Tampa all the way to Tavernier in the Florida Keys. It is about 6 a.m. this morning. I got Charlie Company. For those of you who watch these videos often, he is joining me today. He is in the engine room doing some fluid checks, checking things over, make sure we're good to go. What's up, Charlie Company?
What up, guys?
You good in there?
Yeah, it's looking good.
What you got your earmuffs on for?
It's loud.
Is it loud? Did you check fluids? I was right there on top of the tank.
Oh.
That box, yeah, or that. Pull oils on the, if the gen set is easy to get to, pull the oil stick on the gen set and both engines.
Okay.
But I'll get down there in a second and show you the engine room, but here is the salon and galley. These older Sea Rays can be very nice boats if they've been well maintained, and generally they have a pretty sought after following. People that like these boats really like them and they keep them up. But good layout, very comfortable boat. They sold a lot of these. It's a three cabin boat. So you got the master with its own head, separate shower. We have a aft berth, another head. Got a separate shower with all of them, and another berth. So, three cabin boat and a 48. They laid a lot out in here. But we got a long way to go. We got to come all the way out of Tampa Bay and head down the beach. It's a flat, calm day today. We got a really good weather window to do this. We kind of made this happen at the last minute. But we are excited to run this awesome boat out of here. The new owners are going to be liveaboards in the Keys, and they picked a good one to do it. Let's go up here to the bridge, give you a tour of the bridge. Nice infinity flooring throughout the boat. This boat has Cummins QSM 11s. All the gauges are in nice shape. New updated electronics. It's got nice strata glass, the hard isinglass. Nice little forward seating area. There's a reason why they sold a lot of these boats. They did a pretty good job with them. So we're going to get out of the engine room here and push out the dock. How you doing?
Good.
Westerbeek gen set. Looks like it's got some updated battery chargers in here. Make sure when you put those, Charlie, make sure when you put those oil sticks back in, you screw them down tight. Well, yeah, if you don't get them tight, the sticks will come off.
Yeah. Thanks for the reminder of that.
All right, go ahead and start taking off any unnecessary lines right now.
Okay.
That are not holding us in place. All the lines are coming with us, obviously. I'm gonna get the generator going. Cool. All right, preheat. Got to preheat it. There she went. Hold that preheat button down for just a second. All right, she's learning. She's running. Make sure she's pumping water. Yep, we're good. All right, let's go back in here and swap. So, air conditioner, off, off, off. Shore power off. I like to let everything come down. I like to let the ACs totally shut off, the battery charger totally shut off. All right, we'll go back to Jen. Salon AC, let that kick on a second. Forward AC. And that should be good. I don't think we're gonna need to run the bridge AC today, that's for sure. All right, we are officially swapped. All right, we're swapped over to shore power. Go ahead and get that forward spring off up there. Yeah, all lines are coming with. So no, don't take that one off, because what's that one doing? Yeah, we don't want to do that. All right, just doing our rounds here. I don't like any surprises. So we got a bow line, 2 springs. I'm not sure if these lines are ours. It does not look like it. So we're just gonna leave those here. So pretty straightforward. Thing was tight on there. New shore power cord could be in order, that's for sure. Never let your shore power cord get in the water. It will build salt on the inside of the terminals inside, and you'll think it's dry and you'll think it's good, but when you plug it up, it starts smoking and generally it'll trip the breaker. All right, now I just got to find the button for, there it is. Okay, looks like shore power will go, it will go out, not in. Why is shore power cord's only going out, not in? Let me check the breaker here and see if we missed something. I doubt it. Sounds like a bad switch. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Until I figure that out, we're gonna bring this through the inside here, help me feed it. Grab your hand right there. No, grab your hand in there and pull it through. Not sure why it's doing that.
You have this coil?
Yep, no, just throw it in there, we're good. Just pull it in. We don't have that much time here.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. Okay, shut that hatch. All right, we're swapped. Let me get the mains running, and stern line, bow line, spring line. Yeah, it looks like they used one line to do both springs. Okay, that's fine. So you already got the bow line off, that's fine. So stern line, both springs, and then hop on. Let me go get them running first. Make sure they start. Where are we at with fuel on this thing? I think we have a half tank. There's one. There's two. Little C-ray monitor, all systems good. Cummins SMX gauges. All right, everything looks all right. Before we get the boat on plane, we will do an engine room check again before we get too far underway, but we are going to get out in the bay before I do that. The boat was just surveyed last week, so in theory, shouldn't be anything wrong with it. Here, come up here. Let's get some of this isinglass open real quick.
All right.
Just there you go. All right, little shift here. Oh, there it goes, it jumped. Good, little starboard. Okay, good. All right, starboard's good. It's definitely a little bit of a delay there. Now, once again, guys, I've never been on this boat. I was called by Cody Long at Off the Hook Yacht Sales, and he asked me to get this down there for the new owner. I have never been on this boat before. It was surveyed, it was sea trialed, doing my due diligence here, making sure everything's good before I take off on a 250-mile trip. Let's go, stern lines.
Stern line.
Stern line and spring, we're rolling. Thank you, sir. All right, you ready? All right, little bow thruster over to starboard. Little starboard forward. Yeah, she's a jumper. She jumps and she likes to idle fast. Trying to keep it off that piling over there. It's like half shifts. It's like a shift and then back, because if you let it fully engage, this boat will be hauling out. This boat will take off. All right, so now I'm in port or starboard reverse. My apologies. Starboard forward. Clear the finger here. She moves quick at idle, guys. Very quick. She's a jumper. Not all diesels are jumpers. And what I mean by that is when you put them in gear, they lunge. They want to go. Some diesels, you put them in gear and it's a very sluggish forward, and others it's like, so right there, you see how fast we move? The boat literally squats and lunges out of its hole. Starboard forward, port reverse, rotate my way this way. Reds are gonna be on my port side because I am leaving the marina. Now with a boat like this that wants to idle super fast and that lunges and squats, I'm just kind of in and out of gear coming through the marina here. If I put it in all forward here and we'd be, you know, idling at 5-6 knots, it might wake some people or present the illusion that we are going too fast. Oil pressure is good, temperatures are good. Looks like we have just under a half a tank of fuel. I'm hoping to get to Venice to stop for fuel. I need to call the Crow's Nest in Venice and make sure that they have fuel there. Last time I checked was a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, and they didn't have fuel. So we got to deal with that. If Venice doesn't have fuel, then we're gonna have to make other arrangements that are not as convenient. Okay, this boat also has a slow idle, So I'll turn slow idle on. That brings the RPM down to 550, not 650. And I can put them all in forward, and now she is a little slower. All right, all forward. Make our turn here. All right, we got steering. And yes, we have steering, as in I have gotten on a boat before and found out that it did not have steering after I left the slip. Sometimes you really don't know whether it has steering until you leave the slip, unless you go down there and physically check the rudder. What a nice morning. Dang. Beautiful out here. Looks like the boat does have autopilot. Not sure what's going on up here. Are these manatees? Yeah, they are manatees. Manatees on the surface. I'll just kind of coast by them here. I don't know what they're doing. And give them some time to, I am in neutral right now, give them some time to get on out of here. Charlie, you got everything in?
Everything's in. I'm just looking for a cool spot to coil up all this.
All right, fenders are in?
Fenders are all in.
All right, cool. Let's get the bags inside too, please. All right, we'll take slow idle out. Let her hop up a little bit. All right, let's brighten this screen up a little bit. So we got to come this way, all the way out of Tampa Bay over here. That's, as the crow flies, that's about 30 miles. So pretty close to being on point there. Oh man, what a nice day. Still got to figure out the fuel situation, where we're going to fuel. All right, let's get her up. Let's get her up to about 1800. See how she looks there. Turn the sync on. Let them sync up with each other good. Still on autopilot. All right, coming out of Tampa Bay. She's running good. We're at 63% engine load. I'll run her here for a while. We're doing 24 mile an hour, 21 knots, something like that. So yeah, she's looking good. Runs very strong. Let's see if it has engine room cameras. Nope, no engine room cameras. That's okay. Oils are good, temps are good so far. Looks like no vibration at all, like 0 vibration. So it looks like we got a good running boat here. I like to show up when it's right. Generally these last minute ones are rushed and there's something wrong and customers are trying to make things happen that don't need to be happening that fast, and it leads to problems. But I don't know, I don't want to speak too soon, but definitely a well-maintained boat at the first glance here. Can't get on the phone with Crow's Nest. The dock is open, but their main phone number is not open yet. It's a restaurant and marina, but we're doing about 18 gallons an hour per side, so 36 gallon an hour total. Probably looking at hour and a half to Venice, 2 hours to Venice, something like that at this speed. I could bump it up a little bit, but so that's what, about 70, 80 gallons. So we should be good to get to Venice as long as they have fuel. But once I need to figure out whether their docks are open though before I get out of the bay. Got downtown St. Pete over there to our starboard. Man, what a nice day. Couldn't ask for a better day. There's downtown. So coming through Tampa Bay here, it's mostly wide open, but you know, you've got this little patch here that you got to avoid. The main channel running to downtown is over here to my starboard, but it would be out of the way to be in. Zoom out. So basically I'll be on a beeline here to the Skyway once I can decide that I can safely come around this little shallow spot. I could probably, you know, come a few degrees starboard right now, but we'll come under the bridge here, and then we'll be out right through there, and then heading south. So just got to get through this little area, and then we'll be home free. All right, I bumped it up to 2,000 RPM. We're at a 71% load. About 40 gallons an hour, running about 28, so about 0.7 mile to the gallon. Coming up on the Skyway here. Charlie decided to join me.
What's up?
Charlie is on the American Tug Through Cajun Country video. He was my mate on that trip. What else were you my mate on? I forgot. He's helped me a bunch. Not all of them were on video though, but done several trips with Charlie. Coming under the Skyway. get on a heading hold to the south end of Egmont here, which I can see visibly, which is nice. All right, I called some different places down in Venice because the Crow's Nest phone does not work until like 11 o'clock, and they don't have an extension for their dock master, but they are open. They do have fuel. They got their fuel pumps back up, which is great. And I actually called Cito in Venice, the local franchise there, and they gave me that info because I haven't passed through there in a while to get fuel since the hurricane. But that's always a great resource. Cito or Towboat, you know, those guys are out there every day, and they have their franchises based on, you know, the city that you're going through. So I've actually done that a few times when I've gone through an inlet that I wasn't sure about on the East Coast. The conditions, you know, a condition report. You know, what's that inlet looking like depth-wise lately? Are there breakers? You know, such as, just like I called to get fuel information. So if you're not sure about a certain area that you're traveling through, you've made all your due diligence, you've made your phone calls, you've used the apps, you tried to find it, Cito, Towboat US, give them a call. They always have a dispatcher available, and they'll generally know the answer pretty well. And a lot of times they'll put you in touch with one of the captains that would come get you. So once again, those guys are on the water every day, and they just know information like that off the top of their head. So but once again, we're good to go to Venice. We're just now coming to Egmont Key. We're sitting at about a quarter tank. So it's about a 30-mile run to Venice from here, so we should be good. We'll be pulling into Venice pretty close to empty, most likely, but we'll be good. We'll be good to get there, no problem. Egmont. I guess he's headed out. Coming into the Gulf. South end of Egmont. All right, we made the turn. Coming around Anna Maria now. We are out in the Gulf, southbound, on the way to Venice. Woo. I'm glad Venice has fuel. I was kind of worried about that. That's the most convenient place to get fuel. Going into Sarasota is not fun. Then there's really nothing between Venice and Boca Grande for a boat this size. So makes it very convenient. If not, I'd have to stop in here at Galati on Anna Maria or Bradenton Beach and then go out longboat. It would add some time to this trip for sure. All right, let's go down here to Venice. New pass. Venice inlets. Give a little waypoint there. I'll come off the markers just a little bit. We'll hit a go-to. And engage autopilot. It's gonna come around here. I gotta make sure we don't get in any shallow water here. Let's just get it straight. I'll redo that again here in a minute. Come around this Anna Maria shoal before I do anything. pretty much had it lined up there. Good. All right, we got 33 miles. We're sitting at a quarter tank. Should be plenty of fuel to get there. Obviously, look out for crab pots while we're cruising. And you got to come on standby. You got to get off autopilot to avoid those crab pots. I also got into, you know, these split control systems, these old school mechanical Glendinning split control systems. A lot of people don't know how to run these, and a lot of people are very scared of them. And to be quite honest, you should be a little scared of them if you don't know what you're doing. You can definitely harm your boat by getting on an older split control system like this and not know what you're doing and not go through the process and not think clearly. Especially when you're docking and you're in a stressful situation, you're trying to move fast with your hands to get the boat docked. I grew up running these, so this comes very natural. This is the first thing I ever learned on, was the split control Glendinning mechanical system. All this electronic fancy new stuff is really nice and makes things a lot easier. But you have your shifters here and you have your throttle here. I was explaining to him the importance of touching the throttles before the shifters when you want to stop or when you're docking. You have to make sure that if you come off plane right now, you got to pull the throttles back all the way and then shift to neutral. You cannot shift to neutral before you pull your throttles back, because the RPMs will shoot so far up, you're risking engine damage or transmission damage. You especially can't have the throttles up to whatever RPM, 1500, 1000, doesn't matter, and then shift into gear. If you do that, you're definitely risking blowing up a transmission. It will engage and clunk extremely hard. It's like revving your car up to 4,000 RPMs with an automatic transmission and putting it in drive. Not good for it at all. When you're docking, you have to make sure you're throttled back before you shift. So if you were docking and you put starboard and forward, you need a little throttle. All right, starboard forward, starboard throttle. You have to make sure to pull that throttle back before you shift back to neutral or reverse. Okay, that really throws a lot of people out. They don't like that. Their brain doesn't work that way. But throttles before shifters. Make sure you're pulled back before you engage your gear. Just brought some Twix up. All right, Longboat Key. It was blowing yesterday from the north hard. We still got a good groundswell, but very nice out here. I'm happy it is not rough. I had a few training classes this past week, and we've been getting beat up a little bit. Coming by Sarasota. Big Pass is right over there. Dodging. Been dodging a bunch of crab traps. Got about 13 miles to go. Still got fuel in the tank, that's good. Should be coming in right at the perfect time. We got a big guy over there. He's cruising quick too. That's at least 100. Might be a 110, but he's over there doing 15 knots, 16 knots for sure. Pretty boat. All right, well, we are coming into Venice Inlet here. Not quite on E on the fuel tanks, but I got about a mile to the inlet. Get Crow's Nest on channel 16 and get some fuel in this thing. Into the inlet. usually slow down for this inlet, but I don't want to wake the crap out of this pontoon boat in this runabout, so I'll just go ahead and pull it back. All right, we'll go back to idle here. Crow's nest, crow's nest. Crow's nest, crow's nest. Hey Charlie, you can put the camera down. I want the mid-spring line on first, okay?
Okay.
Mid-spring, starboard side.
Starboard side, mid-spring.
They have lines on the dock.
Okay.
Crow's nest, crow's nest. Oh, they don't have lines?
No line.
All right. They usually do. I was trying to get y'all on 16. Are y'all on?
We are. I didn't have a radio with me. I ran out.
I got you. My bad.
No problem.
We got the spring line. They're getting the bow line. I'm just keeping the stern over for them while they do this. You get a stern line, Charlie?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, diesel. Where is it on this boat? Diesel, diesel. Well, dang, I guess I should have spun it around and put it on the port side. Usually I check that, but on most of the time on these Sea Rays, there's one on each side. Charlie, it's on the port side. Both of them are on the port. Oh, you got one? Cool. Let me feed that to you. You got enough? A little town of Venice, pretty cool spot. Get a lot of people coming through here. For those of you passing through, this island You see that green way out there? There's a really bad shallow spot between me and that green. So when you come around through here, make sure you come over there by that tugboat and come around that sandbar. Don't just come straight through.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to save 20 cents,
Yeah.
20 cents a gallon, go ahead.
Well, it's nice for big boats too, because I don't have to go all the way into Sarasota and Longboat, and in there from here to Boca, there's nothing. So
No,
Yeah.
Englewood's done. Got wiped out.
Right.
Nothing's open. Go gas.
All right, we got Charlie in the engine room doing a little peek, making sure we don't have any oil leaks, any antifreeze leaks. Good to go.
Good to go.
So she ran well. Got about 100 gallons in the port tank now. Port side took about 230 gallons, so I'm expecting about the same on the starboard side. So that left about 20 gallons in each tank. But who knows how much of that 20 is actually usable? You always have to remember that. They might be 250 gallon tanks, but is it 250 usable gallons? So right where we brought it was probably about as close as I want to push it, to be honest. But it was perfect timing. My math was just right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're good. We're on the starboard tank now. We took about 450 gallons of fuel, about a $3,000 bill. No, I'm sorry, $2,300 bill. And they're working bow to stern here. We're gonna get off the dock and head south. All right, I'm gonna get the stern off first. The tide's coming in from the Gulf, so thank you, sir, have a good one. A little port forward, a little starboard reverse, just to work the stern off here. Another little starboard reverse. I'm gonna do all back to pull myself off the dock. Back to starboard reverse. And we'll come starboard reverse all the way around. Come around with it. All right, all forward. We are rolling. You good down there, Charlie?
All good.
All right, make sure all those lines are in. We'll get rolling here. We got to fix all their docks over there. All right, everything's secure, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let those turbos come up. Here, put that down there. All right, we'll come off the inlet a little bit and then we'll head south. She is a heavy girl now. I'm running it at 78% load, about 2,000 RPM, doing about 23, 24 gallons an hour on each engine. Let's see. So we got 186 miles to Marathon roughly. and then another, I think 20 to 30 after that to Tavernier up the ICW. So hopefully we're pulling into Tavernier about 7. It's going to be really close though. Hopefully everything goes smoothly. So, but we are on autopilot. I am on a beeline for Sanibel. We'll make another course change at Sanibel, heading straight to Marathon. All right, we are finally passing Boca Grande. We'll come around Sanibel and get on autopilot for the ICW right there in Marathon. We came by Sanibel. I've got Fort Myers Beach off my port side here. So we're getting close to Naples, and we'll get out past Cape Romano Shoals, south of Marco, and head on a 150 all the way. We're gonna go right in between, we're going to kind of make landfall right in between Marathon and Isla Mirada, somewhere in there, kind of like that long key area. And then we're going to get in the ICW and head northeast. So make a great time. It's 1 o'clock. Should get there about 5:30, something like that. Got about 120 miles. Looking good out here. A good ride, following sea, maybe 1 to 2 foot chop following us. Marco Island, right off our port side. We are about to come around the Cape. Definitely has picked up a little bit. We got some white capping breakers. Got a little wind surface here. Not bad though, not bad. Still following, but should get better as we turn the corner down here. But just looked it up. We're about 125 miles to the marina. Not bad at all. I'm hoping to be there by 6. So that will be great news if we can get there before dark and we can go have us a good dinner in the Keys. Charlie got his nap in.
Woo! Yes, I did.
All right, we're about 70 miles out, kind of just off the coast of the Everglades, out here in Florida Bay. Dodging a lot of crab pots. Making good time though. Cape Sable off our port side. We are officially coming into the Keys. We're gonna run this line of reds all the way until we intersect the ICW here in about 10 miles, something like that. And then we'll head northeast. Let's see if I can pull it up on my phone. There we are. We got to go lining them all up. We got to go there and then cut up through here. So we're getting there. Well, I've been messing around with the new Apple and Starlink partnership, and it works really good. Very easy to connect. You just point it toward the satellite there. It says it's connected. I've had several messages go through already and responses back. It connects really quick. That's a game changer, especially for me being out here all the time. I mean, that'll definitely replace the inReach potentially. Being able to send your messages out here without cell service is extremely cool. a bunch of crab pots. Or are those birds? I don't know. Port engine, the voltmeter was steadily dropping down to, it was getting pretty close to 10 volts in that top left right there. And I've been watching it the last few hours, and it's just kind of been dropping and dropping and dropping. And the starboard side stayed up to, 13 volts or so the entire time. So obviously the port engine has an alternator that is not putting out volts to that port battery. Or maybe there's a breaker that's tripped in the bilge somewhere. Not really sure, but I went downstairs. I didn't want that battery to get too low. I started the generator, made sure to get the charger on. I turned the salon air conditioning on while I was at it. Cool things down in there. And see if we can get this port battery charged back up. It already came back up to 12 volts immediately, so I guess I'll just let the owner know that there's something going on with that port voltage system. Either we got a charging breaker that's not allowing current to flow from the engine, or the alternator's bad, one of the two. But I guess we'll have to get that looked at. It's always cool coming by the Everglades. Got all these desolate islands out here and all these mud flats, mud banks. One day I'd like to take a skiff in there and look around. But it is getting nice out here. We got roughly 20 miles to the ICW. A lot of open water out here, huh?
Oh yeah.
And both of us are just kind of watching for these crab pots, just kind of peeking out the corner of our eye every 30 seconds or so. When it's calm, you can see them coming a mile away, but when it's rough and the sun's just right, it kind of helps them disappear and they'll get you. I mean, at this speed, most of the time it'll go in there and break and sling it out anyway, but I have had some instances where it gets caught in the shaft and it just spins with the shaft the rest of the trip. But one thing you definitely don't want to do is hit a crab pot with a pod boat with IPS drives. They are not as forgiving as a traditional straight shaft boat with, standard set of props, just like this one. You can mess a forward-facing drive up pretty bad. Bunch of keys over here. So close yet so far. Starting to get very windy now. We got a few banks. They call them banks in the Keys, where there are shallow banks around in here, and they're marked very well. As you can see, we've got a green marker marking that what's called Springer Bank. So I got to make sure I get that green on my starboard side up here soon. And it's going to start getting a little tighter. All right, just came around that shoal. There was a note on Navionics that said the shoaling is kind of sticking out into the channel a little bit. So I moved it more over this way. Now I'm hopping back in it. And got a bad shallow spot on our port side up here. It's been holding about 7 to 8 feet on the screen, so that's good. One thing about running in the Keys, you better get used to running in skinny water, that's for sure. This is definitely a sketchy little spot here. We gotta come around this red and make a hard bank and come around and come right between this red and green. I'm probably gonna slow down to do this just in case. I've been through here, but it's been a long time. All right, we'll slow it down to 1100 RPM just to make this turn here. And we should be good. I'm sure there's plenty of water, but I just want to make sure. And of course my depth started flashing. Come on, depth, come back. There it is. 6 feet under the boat. Coming around. .8. Pretty sure you can see the bottom, can't you, Charlie?
Oh yeah.
Coming through here. Crystal clear water. Makes you nervous. And especially when your depth finder starts flashing and it's not reading an accurate depth at the same time. How great. Alright, now we're gonna cut across that 7-foot area and get into the recommended route for the ICW and head that way. All right, 20 miles out from the marina in Tavernier. It's gonna be a little bit of a slow go. I mean, most of the time we'll be able to run, but we gotta go through some really narrow cuts in between these banks and the ICW. And they're a little sketchy. You definitely wanna take your time going through those, but another hour or so. Got these guys fishing right in the middle of the channel, so I slowed it down. We got to go through this cut. Bow legs cut. All right, we'll stay dead center here. Not sure why my depth finder's not working here. Come on now, keep reading. Alright, almost through it. So just in perspective, it's probably like 1 or 2 feet on each side of these markers, both sides. You can see the birds over there standing up. But supposed to be 6-7 feet right in the channel. So far so good. Get it back up on plane, turn the sink off. very close. A couple more banks and a couple more cuts to go through. And we are pulling into Mangrove Bay. Very close. We're right around the corner from the marina. Got an absolutely gorgeous sunset going on here. Man, what a day. What a day. Cool little mangrove cut. Very rarely do I get to go up through here on the ICW on the backside of Key Largo, Tavernier, Islamorada. It's been a long time since I've been up through here. Usually we're staying out in the big water. Definitely though, if you got a boat, you know, with a 4.5, 5, maybe more like 5.5 foot draft or more. Some of these areas in the ICW up here are definitely a little sketchy. Got 6 feet under the boat. So here's a good little navigation scenario here where you got a green can and a red marker, and then you got a lighted green marker after this green can. It's a dog leg. It's wanting you to come through here and then come over to the green to some degree. There's no red over here, so favor the greens. Come over here by the greens, make your dog leg, come over to this lighted one, and we'll be good to go. Last thing you would want to do is just come straight out of here past this red and not come over to the green. Good chance you might run aground there. back in here. Put her away. Yes, I don't know which side yet, but get them ready to go. And slip here. She said they're standing on the dock waving at me. What a nice night in Key Largo. Charlie, see the slip? Put 2 bow lines, long 25 foots. We got to get the bow lines on before we can come in. Charlie, how are y'all? Hey, put that spring line right there on that pole right next to you. Never mind, it's too, hey, Charlie, move that spring line back to the cleat next to you. Move it back 1 cleat, then go to that pole. How are you, man? Can you tie that one off for me? Thank you. Let me help him. All right, well, we made it. Got it backed in here. Say what? Oh yeah, here, let me get it. Let me slide by you. Well, we got her all snug in here. Little fixed dock, and she's all tucked in at Tavernier. We just met the owners, and they are thrilled to have her home. Charlie, how you feeling?
Feeling all right.
Feeling all right. It's a beautiful night. We have a rental car scheduled for tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock to drive back to Tampa, but she is standing tall. All right, y'all. Well, we appreciate you watching. Hope you learned something. We did about 250 nautical miles. Long day, 6 a.m. pulled in about dark, as you saw, 7 p.m. But thanks again for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see on the next video, including any tips that I may have missed. But thanks again. See you on the next one.